Hi, I'm Carmen in the garden and welcome to my channel. I'm an aspiring urban homesteader trying to grow as much food as I can in the middle of the city. In this pursuit, I have to balance my time, so my weekends are when I get the bulk of my garden chores done. This past weekend was pretty grueling in the summer heat. To see what I planted and did this weekend, please keep watching. This is my first substantial strawberry harvest. I planted these varieties about a year ago, last spring, and last year the harvest wasn't very sizable, but I am so excited. I love berries, all sorts of berries. The patch that these are grown in are with some of my blueberries. The blueberries are a southern highbush variety. One of the things that I need to do after enjoying the strawberries is weed that patch. They're so freaking sweet. I feel like the smaller strawberries tend to be sweeter. I'm not sure. Maybe there's some science behind that. I'm not sure. But it's pretty important to keep the blueberry patch weeded because blueberries have pretty shallow root systems. So you want to make sure that the weeds don't compete with the blueberries for nutrients. I'm really so pleased with how sweet these taste. They're so good. Giving me the fuel to weed the blueberry patch. This one looks like it's gonna be good. So good. It's so hot here today. My goal for this raised bed is to clear out these beans. These are calendula here, and I'm going to save the seeds. They're all dried out. Save the seeds. Fill up this raised bed. It's got lost a little bit of the soil level here, so fill it up with some soil. And maybe take out a few of these kale plants. They're really kind of busted looking now with the heat that we're having. And I'm going to plant some squash and some beans in this raised bed. So what I just did here was pull all of the beans that were here out, and I'm just gonna lay them down and then put soil on top of this. Beans are nitrogen fixers, meaning that they make nitrogen readily available in the soil. And if I were to take these out and not do anything with them, then it'd be a waste of nitrogen. The beans store a lot of nitrogen in their leaves and even in these bean pods. And I'm just gonna let them kind of compost in place with a nice layer of soil on top. They should compost pretty quickly because of how hot it is. And yeah, it'll be really good for what I'm planning on planting here, which are squash. Squash are super heavy feeders, meaning that they need a lot of nutrients in order to grow and make bountiful fruit. So the soil's in. It is so hot. I feel like there's a slight breeze coming in that's making it a little bit more tolerable. But I'm trying to debate whether I want to do like a trellis situation for my squash or a teepee or kind of let them do free flow. But I have a nice vertical trellis that I think I'm going to do and try to train this squash to grow up the trellis, and then it will give me room to put some things in front of it and that I can grow kind of here and then put the vertical trellis here. But I'll show you. I'll put it in right now and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Alright, I think this is going to look really good. So the variety of squash that I'm going to grow up it vertically here is this spaghetti squash. It's called somen, kabocha, or kimchi squash. It's a Japanese variety, and it's like a spaghetti squash. So I'm gonna grow it up vertically, and then I'll probably have to make like little hammocks if they get to be really big fruit like that, or big squash. I'm gonna have to create like little hammocks for them to rest in, but I'll probably plant at least 2 on each side and let them vine up this. So let's get a label printed for them. I got so overheated outside, I had to kind of call it quits for the weekend. I definitely didn't get as much done as I had hoped to this weekend. I wanted to make pickled peppers and clean out the chicken run and maybe prune some of the hedges, but man, I was sweating so much after filling up that raised bed and planting all that stuff. I think it was probably almost 100 degrees outside, and I ended up getting kind of lightheaded, so I was like, I need to go take a cold shower, drink a bunch of water, see how I feel. And I don't think that I'm so wiped out from the heat, and probably will have to wake up earlier this week to get stuff done, because I don't think it's gonna cool off anytime soon. But yeah, I am done with gardening for the weekend and got some things done, but not nearly as much as I had hoped to. It's okay. I'll hopefully get to some of it this week and then definitely finish up some of those things next weekend. But man, my brain is kind of mushy from just how like exhausted I am. I'm going to my boyfriend's parents tonight for dinner, and I'm gonna put together a little harvest basket for them. That's it for the weekend.